This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Greenwood Village, Colorado. We're at the Creative Counseling Center. Basically, since 2001, they have been improving the quality of life for children, adolescents, adults, and families. Let me ask you, Teri, thank you for joining us. Basically, for over 10 years, you've been a professional counselor, but what got you involved in this type of industry?
You know, when I was growing up, I was a peer counselor in my school. We lived in a small community and we didn't have professional counselors. So several of us was selected to be a peer counselor. And so I was one of 6 of those peer counselors. So in high school, I was a counselor through my sophomore through senior year. And so that experience alone just really shifted and really kind of gave me this experience that I really wanted to help people. It was my first 6th grade student that I helped that she was suicidal, and it was really neat. Like, I was able to be there. You know, obviously we had teachers to help, supervise us and through that process, and I really enjoyed it. So I pursued it.
Obviously, all of us want a life of hope, happiness, health. Why is it now folks are feeling more comfortable to reach out to a professional than possibly 15, 20 years ago?
I think that, just culturally, I think if there's more acceptance, and I think around education, around understanding that sometimes we don't have all the answers, and it's important to look at our support systems, and therapists are, we're here in the community to help people through life's challenges.
As children, we are taught to basically ask for help when we need it. Is that something we actually lose as adults, and it's not really encouraged?
I think so. I also do some business coaching, and sometimes I just teach people that it's okay to ask for help. In the worst case scenario, they're going to say no. But I think sometimes you're right. Like, as we age, I think sometimes we lose that self-confidence to say, yeah, okay. And if they say no, what's the worst that can come out of it?
How important is it that relationship between, or the collaboration actually, between the therapist and the client, and how do you help them through that process?
I think that's key to our business. We want to support and help that client. So when that client comes in, we do initial phone intake, get to know that person over the phone, and then from there we bring them in for initial intake, and then we start creating that relationship with them. If you've ever been in therapy, this is a stranger and they're a stranger to me. So there is a time that it takes to build that relationship so that you feel comfortable in speaking to someone, because you're going to start pouring out your life's struggles.
Speaking of pouring out our life struggles, a lot of times we refer to our hairstylist, our friends, our relationships. How is that different compared to sitting down with a professional?
So all of the therapists that work in our clinic are trained professionals. We've gone to school. We have a master's level training in the program, and then we go on to get licensed beyond that, so additional supervision to make sure that we are really have the skills and the techniques and the theories down to really help people get really from point A to point B in the most time-effective way.
Wonderful. Obviously, you've been successful. You don't believe there's one type that helps everyone. It's really a combination, integrating. Speak of one technique, the EFT. What is that and how does it work?
That's called emotional freedom technique, and so it is very much kind of an Eastern-based practice, and it's along the lines of energy psychology. And so it's really kind of like acupuncture without the needles. And so acupuncture uses needles in the various meridians in the body, and acupressure uses applied pressure, and EFT is a tapping motion that the client uses on themselves.
Interesting. What are some of the traumas or effects that people have gone through that you're able to help with?
So we primarily work with unresolved childhood trauma, and that includes physical abuse, sexual abuse, witnessing domestic violence, and also neglect. So that goes for the children that are coming in, as well as the adolescents and adults, kind of that age range, but all of them, having that unresolved trauma.
I imagine there's things that people have found in their past that maybe they had no idea that was actually affecting them in their adulthood. How important is it to actually address some of those problems early on as a child? What do you offer for the children?
Absolutely for the children. I just was on the phone today and just educating a parent about, getting in and getting that treatment done as soon as possible is key, because if you think about it, we all kind of have these imaginary, invisible goggles, if you will. And some people will say, our past does not impact us. But we go through life making choices, sometimes that are based on things that we were told much younger, and our lives are impacted. So for children especially, we encourage parents to get them in and get them seen early on, and then for the adults, obviously it's too late, but we can pick up there and let's move forward.
Wonderful. I know one of the things that might intrigue some of the viewers out there is play therapy for children. What is that exactly?
So play therapy is really just an umbrella term that talks about the different types of experiential art or experiential play for children. So you and I have the language skills to be able to sit here and talk, but children do not. We see children as young as age 2, and so their language is through play. And so you're welcome to take a look at our playroom as well. And so underneath that umbrella term, we have play therapy, we have dance and movement, we have sand tray therapy, we have art therapy, we have all these types of expressive arts so that children can go into the room, feel comfortable, they have a contained space that they feel safe in, and they're able to do the work that they need to do.
So really taking care of the problem on the front end so we don't end up as adults with a lot of emotional baggage, possibly things that end up in addictions. Do you offer help with addictions as far as marriage, family, that type of thing?
We work primarily with our families, but we do offer some addictions work as well with substances.
Wonderful. Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website as well as their contact information. On the website, you're going to take a quick glance, a little bit of the biographies there of some of the team that helps put this together. And obviously, there's a lot of resources there on the tab, which can help you with a lot of tips and links, everything that may help you understand and try to see if this is something that would be great for you. If you're not sure or if you're ready to move on, you can make an appointment right there online as well. I know one of the passions that you have is what you're calling living deliciously. Tell me a little bit about that.
So that is with Talking with Teri. It's another business that I started just a few weeks ago, about 8 weeks ago. And really that is about kind of twofold. We just recently launched our How to Live Deliciously creative journals. So we have 4 for adults, 1 for children, 1 for adolescents. So they were just kind of creatively inspired, and I did all the doodling in the journals, and it was such a fun process, fun project to be a part of. And then I also do some business coaching for other therapists in private practice to teach them how to have a successful practice and how to do it in a time-effective way.
Wonderful. Once again, folks, that is the Creative Counseling Center, helping people through challenges in life, also coaching, a lot of fun passion down here that she brings to the plate with over 10 years of experience. Also, check them out on Facebook as well. Click on there, and a lot of the fans are able to follow some of the tips out there from simple, eliminate some of the stress, as well as some of the fears that people have overcome. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.